And we are in line 4. Rejoice the soul of your servant, for to you, O Lord, I lift up my soul. For you, Lord, are good and ready to forgive, and abundant in mercy to all those who call upon you. And so now he's wrapping up this stanza. He said, rejoice the soul of your servant. So basically, he's trying to encourage himself in the Lord. Rejoice the soul of your servant. Or he's asking God to rejoice his soul of, because he's a servant of God. And it says, for to you, O Lord, I lift up my soul. So rejoice the soul of your servant. For to you, O Lord, I lift. So he's given his soul up to God. And being that he's given his soul up to God, then God should cause him to what? To rejoice. 5. For you, Lord, are good and ready to forgive, and abundant in mercy to all those who call upon you. And truly he is. So it says in 5, the A part of 5, it says, for you, Lord, are good and ready to forgive. And so that sends us to Job 2:13. Job 2:13, that says, so rend your heart and not your garments. Return to the Lord your God, for he is gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and of great kindness, and he relents from doing harm. And so truly God is. Truly God is. And so he, this is Job. He telling people what? To rend your heart and not your garments. So take care of the heart. Don't worry about the clothes. It's the heart that you need to rend. So it says, rend your heart, not your garments. Return to the Lord your God. Because when our hearts need to return to God, not our clothes. Return to the Lord your God, for he is gracious. For he is gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and of great kindness. And we alluded to this before, and just recently in the Psalm series, about how if God anger wasn't slow, or if his anger didn't kindle, or if he didn't slow his anger, and it just he continued to be angry, this world wouldn't stand. It wouldn't stand. And that's why he had destroyed the world by flood before. And then he gave us that rainbow. All right, so it says slow to anger and of great kindness. And really God is. We have a great and kind God. Then it says, and he relents from doing harm. And he does. I mean, he'll tear you up, and then after he does that, he'll restore you. Okay? He have mercy on us. So then it says in the B part of 5, it says back in Psalm 86, it says, in abundant in mercy to all those who call upon you. And so, and God really is. We call upon God and asking for God's mercy, and he's right there. And we don't really have to ask for mercies, because why? Lamentations tell us that the mercies are new every morning anyway. And great is his faithfulness. Glory to God. All right, line 6. Give ear, O Lord, to my prayer, and attend to the voice of my supplications. In the day of my trouble, I will call upon you, for you will answer me. And so now he's asking God again to do something with that ear. Give ear, O Lord, to my prayer. So he's asking God to pay attention to his prayer and attend to the voice of my supplication, and to, just take care and pay attention to the requests that he is presenting to God. 7, in the day of my trouble, I will call upon you, for you will answer me. And so he's saying that he knows that when he is in trouble, he can call upon God. All right, but let us not just wait to call upon God when we're in trouble. Let's always have an attitude of prayer, in worship to God. You know, like one of my former pastors said, that if you pray during the calm, then you'll make it during the storm. And that's so key. And so let us always have an attitude of prayer and worship. And we already know that God is going to always be there for us in the day of our trouble. All right, so let's pause here and we'll pick it up in line 8.